Hey guys, welcome back to another LEGO City update, and this week we are going to be finishing off the mini MOC shopping area that we've been making, and we're going to be adding a pet shop and a custom art gallery, and then finally putting it back in the city over here. So stay tuned to find out more. Okay, so let's get straight into the build. This is obviously last week's update, this is the third part of this update now. This is the pet shop and cafe corner, which came out this year, a 3-in-1 set. And that was originally a cafe shop, which has now been turned into a fish and chip shop. This was an apartment building that's now been turned into a sewing costume shop. And then the donut shop has stayed pretty much the same. I've just made it slightly bigger with this new balcony area, which is going to be steps going up here. And this was a toy shop, which is now a newsagent's. There's some ATMs here on the side, which is from the same set as this. So now I'm going to use those two sets again. In fact, I think this is mainly just this set actually, which is the other building, which was the really nice slatted building, which was an apartment complex with a pet store underneath. I'm going to keep the pet store as it is. I've made it quite a few modifications on it because obviously it is I bought two of the sets instead of one. Still not going to have a back because this is going to be covered by a tunnel later on. So let's get straight into doing the balcony section and the actual pet store. Okay, so I've laid the foundation down for the pet shop. I had to add another layer here and a couple of changing it around a little bit just to make it slightly wider and slightly longer so that it's the same length as all these other buildings at the back, with this kind of the train track now on the back as well to show you where the train's going to be. Obviously this is, like I said, it's going to have a tunnel over it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And I just put the door in place just to show that's where the door is going to be going into the shop. So I'll start building up the walls on the sides and then show you kind of what I'm going to be doing and adding to the pet store. Okay, so starting off with the first wall, thought I'd show you this way and put the some of the inside decorations in before we kind of close it all off. But this is very similar to what I did before with this MOC building. I've just added one more line of blue bricks here because one stood longer. And then this is the same shelving as before with the dog biscuits and cat biscuits and a bird house and a wedge of cheese as well for maybe like a toy. So I've done this for the till that's going to go in. It's kind of the still retro till but put on its side. And I've done this area here, which is like a glass front with a frisbee for a dog or a cat or something. If they want to play frisbee, probably more of a dog than a cat. So I'm going to put that in here. And then the till area in here like so. And then just to show that it's a till, you often have like a money piece put on the counter as well. So that's going to go next to it here. Like that. Put it in an angle. And then I thought I'd give the guy actually a chair to sit in as well whilst he's doing his work. It's probably quite boring working in a pet shop. So that's that area there, just to kind of give it some nice character. I'll now carry on and do the other wall, and then we will do the front of the shop. Okay, all the actual areas are now put on, all the walls and stuff. And I just wanted to say that I absolutely love this, what they did with the 3D sign in the original set. And so I wanted to make this more of a, because it's got this bird here, it looks more like a parrot or something, and I thought, do you know what, this would be really cool to be an exotic pet shop. So not just your cats and dogs, because they had like dogs in the window and stuff in the original one. I don't like that. I don't like dogs and things for sale in a pet store. It's not something that you usually find in the UK. So I thought instead of, I'm going to fill this with like exotic pets instead to make it a little bit cooler. So what I decided to do was, on the side, I'll just take this off here, is actually build another one of those things out of some of the dots and things that I had. And this is supposed to be a rabbit with a carrot on the right and then a exotic snake on the side. I think it kind of looks okay. You guys let me know. There might be some way better ways of doing this, but I just wanted to create that 3D sign going all the way around the corner. So I thought, right, okay, well, I've got a rabbit and a snake on there as well as a parrot. So I need to kind of think of some more exotic kind of cat animals and stuff and what you would probably find in one of these shops. So seeing as there's a rabbit in the front, I thought I did have a couple of these, which was spare from the CMF veterinarian. So I thought in the front, I'm going to put these little black fencing panels in right there, right in the front so you can see them. And then I was going to use the little green flower pieces like this as a little area where the rabbits will be eating lettuce. Okay, and then let's put the little rabbits inside the pen. Bit of a tight squeeze in there, but I think they look pretty good. They obviously have to be on right angles unless I put them on a stud, so I might do that and put them on a little bit of stud so they've got a bit of angle. But for now, I think that looks quite cool. So the other thing was actually they had a fish tank. The fish is back. I haven't killed him now. So I've put him back in the fish tank, but I have changed these bottom pieces just to make them a little different color, more of an exotic kind of looking fish tank. And then what I wanted to do is actually change the top, and I put these on instead with a dark blue panel. And then this would be the fish food on the top, just to give it a little bit more detail. So that's going to go there in the store. Let's kind of move the camera so you can see that. It's going to go right there. And then I do have, actually, I'll move it forward a little bit because I have room for one more tank. So as I said, I was going to do a exotic tank. So I had a lot of the Adventurer set from the Series 19, and he came with the green chameleon. So I thought, well, let's build a chameleon tank. So I'll show you quickly how I did this. I'll move this over. Okay, so I thought I'm going to have a go at making a chameleon tank. So I've kind of got some stuff together, and this is kind of what I've come up with. I'm not the best at doing these small builds, but hopefully you'll like this one. So this is going to be the front. It's got a drawer there and almost a drawer there, because usually under these arboreal tanks I used to have a water dragon. You do kind of store a lot of stuff like the food and things because you don't want them on display because they're usually live things like that. And then what I thought would be to basically just put that onto another little set here. So this is going to be the branches for the chameleon to be in because they are arboreal. So that would go at the back like that. And then just to clip two another window pieces on the corners like this. So go there, and if I can get this in there. And that basically would then keep the chameleon in this little bit here. So let's find him. This is the chameleon. Really cool little pet. So I'm going to put him there, just on, and this is going to wedge him in. Because usually you can't find these kind of lizards when you're looking for them in the tank, so I thought it was really cool to kind of disguise them in the green. Then I'm just going to use these pieces here on the corners, and on this other corner I have made a lamp because obviously these guys need a lot of heat, so usually you have like a heat lamp, so then the bottom of the tank is cool and the top of the tank is warm, so the lizard can self-regulate. So I'm going to do that, and then just clip this all together. Oh, I've actually put the window on the wrong way around. These already had these tiles on. Let's take that one off. Like so. And then I can just clip these all together with some tiles. So obviously in the real one you would usually have like a mesh screening at the top or something, but because I have to kind of have this light going over it to let in the heat, I just thought, you know what, it looks fine as it is. You just have to have the imagination that the chameleon can't escape the top of the tank. But there we go. So I'm going to put that tank in the back of the shop. And then for the shop, I thought I'd use this guy as the shopkeeper. I think he looks pretty cool, kind of hipster, kind of trendy. So he could sit on the seat in the back, waiting for customers to come in. So that is the setup at the bottom. I think it looks really, really cool. In fact, I can probably show you from the back, it's a little bit easier. There you go, so we have the lizard tank in the back, we have the fish tank here with the food on, got all the stuff over here that you can buy, and the rabbits in the front. So I think that's looking like quite a cool little pet shop, quite a small one I'd like to go visit. So let's get on to now trying to bridge these over with this. So if I can clip the train tracks together at the back, there we go. I've kind of already put this here because I had an idea of kind of wanting this to be separate from that, because you don't want to be able to have to take off all of this just to get in to see these smaller areas. So I'm going to start making a plate that'll be all the way over here, and then we'll start adding the gallery on top. Okay, so for this panel I've come up with this, which is just a simple clip that on to if it'll fit. Hopefully it will. There we go. And this then solidly fits in there like that. So that means that if I do want to take this area off, I can just pull a little bit more down on this side and that will come off like so, making it a lot easier to access the bottom for the pet shop if you wanted to, or the bottom for the fish and chip and newsagent store, because that's all one, and this is another one. It also helps that obviously this is on a separate base plate, so that means that if I wanted to modify and work on this later, like adding the next building here, I can easily just do that and unclip the train tracks and it all comes away. So I think that works well. I'm hoping it's got enough stability with that piece there, so it seems to be pretty solid. So I'll start adding on stuff, and obviously I want to add a rail here first, and the stairs are going to come up here, which I'll sort out later. So this building, as I've said, is going to be an art gallery for someone selling art. So I'm going to start mucking up all of this from the computer specs that I've done, the ideas, and hopefully it will look as good as what I thought it would look on the computer. Okay, so this is the wall. This bit here is all going to be glass like the original shop, and I have decided to do a sliding door, which will go along like that to open to make it look really modern. But I didn't want to put all that on just yet because I wanted to show you what I've done at the bottom. So I've added these side stud bricks here to add on a painting, and this is a very big painting here, which I did a lot of research. I wanted to try and find something that I'm really into art and stuff, so I actually wanted to find something that I would recognize as an art piece from the real world. And I came onto this Lego idea set. I will link it down in the description below because it's really cool and it's currently on, so you can support it if you want to. And it actually had the famous Banksy picture in which got shredded, which I just thought was really cool. And it actually has an actual picture which shows you can actually do the shredder. It's part of the playability of it, and I just thought that was absolutely brilliant. So I wanted to replicate it. So what I've done here is that I've done it out of bricks that I had to hand, and at the moment it doesn't have a back, but there will be another building here, so I don't mind that too much. We just have to be a little bit careful with it. So you have to put it in like this, and then this is the arm. Now this is all pieces that I just had lying around, so they're not quite the right pieces by the looks of the picture, but kind of just wanted to add my own style to it anyway. So once it's all in, it's actually fairly secure. We just have to, because it's a little bit tricky. I'm doing this around the camera, it's a little bit harder. There we go. And I have my own Banksy added into this art gallery, which I just think is absolutely awesome. I really like that. I just think it's just such a cool idea. And really do go and support this guy's idea, because I really want this set. It comes with, he's done Mona Lisa, he's done Scream, he's done Andy Warhol with the bean tins and everything. It's just really, really cool. Definitely go and support that. I'll put it in the link. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description down below. So I've also just done a generic kind of art piece, you know, that could go any direction, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to put something to give it a little bit of visual. I wanted it to look really colourful from the outside. And then I thought I had some pieces left over in the set, and I always like reusing pieces. But I thought, well, we usually have like sculpting and things, so I thought this parrot would be quite cool because it's all white. Could look like a really nice piece of artwork. So I'm going to put that over there. And then also it came with a brick-built dog, which to me just looks like Brian out of Family Guy. So I thought, well, that could be like another statue that someone could buy. So I put it bouncing on this red piece here, like so. And it just kind of gives it that kind of art look that these are sculptings over here that you can buy if you want to. And yeah, I just think it looks really smart. So other than that, I've also made a area that's just a till with some money on. Usually these are quite minimalistic in these kind of places, so I just thought I'd just put that kind of here, just to give it that suave. Now, I haven't found a minifigure to run the shop yet. I was thinking of the artist, but I don't have that CMF minifigure, so I'll have to try and find him, I think. So for now, I'll probably just put a generic minifigure running the shop. But I think that's really cool. I'm now going to add everything else on, and I'm going to put some stairs up here, which will go onto the next floor of this gallery. Okay, so there it is with the red slatting put back on. As you can see, I think the painting looks really, really cool, and you can even see them all through all the glass, which I just think looks ace. I've put in this sliding door, which is pretty cool. And then I have left this here for the sign, and I had a think, I'm not too good at these signs, as you guys know, but I had a paintbrush, which was from, I think, the the Fun in the Park pack, or one of the packs, and it might have even been from a Pick a Minifig wall. And then I kind of made like something that looks a little bit like an easel, just out of a white thing with some multicolors on. And I just kind of thought that just kind of gave it a little bit of a artsy look. You can spin that round. So yeah, for now I think that looks okay. So that is going to be it. I now need to put some stairs going up at the front. I'm going to do that. And there's not going to be much room here at all, so I'm going to have to probably build this up. It's not secure in yet, but I'll do that afterwards once I've done the next floor and figured out what's going to happen on that one. Okay, so after loads of trial and error, I've kind of come up with this, where it is the same slatting on the front, and I've kind of just used some extra detail with the studs here on the side. And then I have now got the staircase coming up here. Still need to brick that in and add a little bit of stuff, but that shouldn't be too bad once I've got the hole now. This I think is where the balcony is going to go with the doors. Here's the balcony, but before that, I wanted to show you the kind of things that I wanted to put inside on this one. So the first thing is that, like I said, I was absolutely amazed by that guy's Lego Ideas set. And on it just had Andy Warhol, and I absolutely love Andy Warhol. You'll probably notice that I have a lot of Andy Warhol t-shirts on when I'm doing these videos. So I wanted to kind of do something that resembled something Andy Warhol. So this was my take on the beans. You probably can't tell it at all that it's the Campbell's beans tins. But I just thought it looked kind of like it. It's similar kind of printing style. So I thought that. And then my other thing was I wanted something kind of funny and in keeping with the art culture, which is obviously the very famous banana that someone ate recently. So I thought I'd just put a banana on a clip on the side. I just think that kind of gives it a little bit of character. And then this is just a light here, which would be over the stairs just to illuminate it, just makes it look a little bit posh. Other than that, I thought upstairs we would have another kind of modern art looking installation, which is just kind of table piece and a rocket piece stuck together, just to kind of look all artsy. And then this was the sofa that was actually in this set, and I really like it. I think it looks really clean. It looks like something from like Vitra or something that's very kind of cool looking. So I thought up here could be where people actually kind of have the art and they can put whatever they want on the wall to view it. Because a lot of people, like, they view their art before they buy it, and this is kind of like a fake living room setup where they do that to see if the art suits their house. You'll see that a lot if you go to these art galleries. So that's it. I'm now going to put the doors on here and finish this glass over this side, and then we'll get onto the roof. Okay, and there we go. That is the balcony that goes out. Yeah, the sofa kind of covers it a little bit, but you can still get through one of the doors, and actually maybe that art installation needs to be moved out. It's just kind of nice. I think it adds to that style of the design of the building. So that is kind of what it looks like, all from the front. Kind of gave this a little bit here. I could probably put something artsy here, actually. Maybe you guys have got some ideas of what I could put there. Maybe even a 3D sign or something. Could look pretty cool. But that is this building. I'm now going to attach it to the other building, and we'll see what it's like all together. Okay, and just very quickly, I have now sorted out the stairs. So it's a little bit tight over here, if you can see that on the camera. It kind of touches a little bit too much here, but it's just kind of how you have to go. And I wanted to have stairs to go up to the next floor, but that grey bit there then clips perfectly in and makes one with the floor on this level. So all in all, really happy with it. I think that's really cool. So now let's get into putting this into the city. Okay, and here it is in the city. Just thought I'd show you more handheld, just because it's probably easier. But it's now in that corner where the donut shop originally was. And the newsagents are still there, but they're now obviously interviewing the fish and chip shop at the moment. I'll probably change all the scenes up. I've run out of tiles, and obviously everyone knows the issues with the coronavirus and stuff at the moment, so I'm just not going to be able to get any more tiles for now. I might start doing some bricklink orders soon to get that done. I've also added the pelican and where the balls are going to go and the little treats at the front. But again, it'll be higher up by one when it gets all put in, because obviously this hasn't been plated, but the outside has. But I think it's pretty cool. You can see all the stuff through the window. There's the guy working at the back. You can see the tanks over there. And then over on the side over here, you can now see all the artworks. And I obviously need to get some more customers and things going in here. but I have to do that in another video because this one's already way too long as it is. And also I forgot to show you that I actually put the roof on, which is just 2 solar panels on the wood slatting. But I think from a distance, this now looks really, really way more interesting than it did before. So like kind of coming further back, you can see here all the corner garage, assembly square, and then now my own kind of custom builds. So I think this is going to happen for a couple more. I have got my worker working over here. So they're obviously going to be building some more sets. So I think this is where I'm going to continue. And I definitely need to block up that Banksy there. Although actually, that kind of funnily looks like Banksy's drawn a graffiti on this wall here. And then they're trying to sell it on the other wall. So I might actually do something with that. What do you guys think? Could I do a smaller balcony here with a guy in graffiti kind of spray painting this from this side, which could be the Banksy? Let me know. I think that's kind of funny. I haven't really done much funny scenes yet on my setup. I'm also going to have to do something with this corner here, and I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on doing that corner there. But there we go. Let's kind of give you a peek at some of the rest of the city a little bit. There's the train station from before, with the train over there. Everything else is a little bit messy at the moment because I've been moving it all around. But there we go. Okay, so that's it for this week's LEGO City update. It's now finally in the city, and we've actually seen it in progress for now. I think it looks absolutely awesome, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. So if you'd let me know in the comment section down below on whether you like it and what things you would maybe change to it, and then I'll probably do a bricklink order and try and get some little pieces to add with what people's recommendations are. Next week, I'm going to be doing the 3-in-1 toy shop, I think it is. So I'll probably do that on a live stream on the Wednesday or something, and then probably modify it slightly. I've got a couple of ideas for that, and then add it into the section. And then obviously we'll be adding more and more down this line at the back because it's starting to look really, really cool. And then this bit here will probably be modulars as they get brought out and added to the LEGO lineup. But other than that, if you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. And as always, keep bricking it.